Hello everyone, today we're going to learn about Sukkot, the holiday of Sukkot, tabernacles, but really the name is Sukkah. And the question is, what is Sukkot and what for? Now what is Sukkot? Sukkot is a holiday that is on the 15th of the month of Tishrei, while Yom Kippur is on the 10th, which means Sukkot is 5 days after Yom Kippur. The holiday lasts for 7 days. Then after that there's another holiday which is called Simchat Torah, and the high holidays are over of the Jewish year, the new Jewish year. Now what is Sukkot? We know that on Rosh Hashanah, to connect to the power of Rosh Hashanah, the new year, the way to do it is by prayers, blowing of the shofar, and special foods. Yom Kippur, special prayers, fastings, and stuff like this. Sukkah in Hebrew, simple Hebrew, is a hut. A hut. Why? Because the tradition says, as it explains what's written in the Torah itself, why we are celebrating Sukkot. The Torah says because God settled the Israelites in huts after leaving Egypt in the desert. Now, we have few problems with that. One problem is, we know it was tents and not huts. One. Two, we know that Exodus was in the spring. So, if we have to sit in a sukkah, in a hut, to commemorate the Exodus, we're supposed to do it in the spring, and we're supposed on Passover to sit in the sukkah, in a hut, and eat the matzah. Why now, in the middle of the high holidays, suddenly we have a holiday to commemorate the huts in the desert? And the answer is as follows. We're not commemorating, it's not a memorial day for the huts in the desert, it's something else. It's a memory of. Memory of, we're not talking about a memory in the physical sense of it. We're talking about the spiritual, metaphysical understanding of the word memory. Zikaron in Hebrew means the power, the male power that is coming in. Male power, which means it could be God's power, or the giver power, the sharing power. Now, what is the memory that we are celebrating or connecting to, if we understand what Sukkot really means? The memory that we're connecting to is the huts the Israelites set in the desert. We have a problem. There were tents and not huts. So why huts? And then there's a legend that says that really that is to commemorate, to give us a memory, not to the huts, because there were no huts. It was 7 clouds of honor. In our modern language, there were 7 layers of protective shields around the camp of the Israelites, and these shields protected them from any trouble, from heat, from snakes, and any kind of other dangers. So, we understand now that the word sukkah is not a hut, but it hints towards a protective shield. What kind of protective shield? So, if you listened already to the study about the high holidays according to Kabbalah, you understand that the new year is a structure, a process, through which the human soul is being reconstructed in the beginning of the year for the next coming year. The first part of the construction is the first 10 days, Rosh Hashanah till Yom Kippur, which are the days of left column, which is recreating, rebuilding, cleansing of the vessel, the power source of a person's soul. That's the first 10 days. And that's why the Song of Songs says about it, his left arm under my head. Which head? The head of the year, Rosh Hashanah. Which is the left column is the vessel. Now what's the next part of the verse? V'imino techabkeni, and his right arm is hugging me. A hugging right arm, if we take it this way, it has 2 walls and 1 hand. And that's exactly the minimum size of a sukkah. When you build a hut in Sukkot, you must have 2 walls and 1 handbreadth. This is the minimum to create a kosher, which means walking sukkah. You sit in the sukkah during the 7 days, sleep in the sukkah, eat in the sukkah, pray in the sukkah, learn in the sukkah, do whatever you can in the sukkah. Why? Because during these 7 days of the holiday of Sukkot, we are connecting to something like the 7 clouds of honor in the desert. It's like the Creator is sharing with us the energy of chasadim, loving kindness, which is the energy of healing and also the energy of protection. And more than that, it's also surrounding light, as the Kabbalists are saying, the energy that gives us the power to have a vision, to look at the vision, to see the vision, to move forward to the vision. The more we can connect to that energy in Sukkot, the more protection you have, because one of our protections is that when we are focused on the positive, then we're protected from the negative. When you focus on the negative, you become that negative. So Sukkot is the holiday of protection, the holiday of connection, the holiday of loving and kindness, sharing and caring. And we get it through sitting in a hut that we built, that the rules for it and how to go about understanding it even more, and the shaking of the lulav and other stuff like this. Now you should go into the site and study some more about the details. Have a happy New Year and a happy holiday. Chag Sameach.